What it do, ladies and gentlemen? I got a very unique video for you guys today. So I'm in the process of planning a wedding, and a lot of the times when people plan their weddings, they give gifts to their bridal party. Bridesmaids get something from the bride, and the groomsmen get something from the groom. I'm too creative to just give them some ordinary gift. So part of my gift is that I'm designing a t-shirt for them. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I took my original design and turned it into. Let's get started. So I did my original design in Adobe Fresco. That's the application that I'm using right now. And I liked the way that it looked, but after viewing it a few more times, I felt like it could be more polished. My first step in polishing the design was to work on the line work.
You just moving nugs, little nigga, better get back. Bitch, I said I keep a quarter pound, I need a Big Mac. You just moving nugs, little nigga, better get back. Yeah, I see them youngest on the corner like a Mickey D's. Waiting for the re-up, they been bitching J's. I see them youngest on the corner like a Mickey D's. Waiting for the re-up, they been bitching J's.
Secondly, I decided to use reference images. The first reference image I used is a skull cap. I thought that in my design, having a skull where a skull cap was pretty cool, so I wanted to give it more of a traditional skull cap look.
The word, I serve, I got the waves, we're on the serve, I know what's up, to see my turf, the nigga lead a fucking earth.
After I outlined the rose, the skull, and the skull cap, I went through and added another line work. This line work is where I'm going to add the fill. When I say fill, I am referring to the color that goes inside of the line work. With this image, I wanted to use more traditional skull coloring, so I actually used a reference photo of a skull to add the lights and highlights to the skull image.
I done hit a curve. Don't trust nobody but my bitch, your bitch a bird. Okay, fly ass nigga, what's the word? Fly ass nigga, what's the word? I'm a fly ass nigga, what's the word? Fly ass nigga, what's the hey, said I keep a quarter pound, I need a Big Mac. You just moving nugs, little nigga, better get back. Bitch, I said I keep a quarter pound, I need a Big Mac. You just moving nugs.
One of the things I wanted to do is give the skull its own flair. So if you look closely, I gave the fang-shaped teeth gold teeth, just to add a little pizzazz, so it's just not all that dusty skull color, and it just looks cool. It looks like a streetwear shirt. That's the emphasis I was going with this graphic tee.
Little nigga, better get back. Bitch, I said I keep a quarter pound, I need a Big Mac. You just moving nugs, little nigga, better get back. Yeah, I see them youngest on the corner like a Mickey D's. Waiting for the re-up.
As I started working on the final line artwork for the rose, I wasn't really comfortable with the, I guess, drawing style of the rose. I kind of wanted to look more like a traditional rose and how it like opens up. I still feel like maybe if I would have used a reference image, it would have looked a little cleaner, but I do like the way that it turned out. It looks like I drew it and not that I just traced something from someone else's product. So I can't really complain, but I did switch up the way that I did the rose. That is the most drastic change from the original design.
I said I never been a hoe before, got white out like it's OVO, my name.
One of the design elements that I really tried to add or increase in this version of the design versus the original is the detailing on the shadows and highlights. I thought that the original design seemed a little bit bland, and now it pops a little bit more. It has a little bit more texture, and it doesn't look as messy as the other one. The front design, I pretty much left it the same as it was. It was a continuous line drawing. I just took out the date.
I'm a fly ass nigga, what's the word?
So originally I had a little bit of a hard time trying to figure out what fonts to use and how to place those fonts. The original design just said "Till Death Do Us Part," and it was written in my handwriting. I wanted something that still felt as gritty as my handwriting, but something neater. So I ended up settling on 3 different fonts. I had 2 fonts on the back and 1 font on the front. I know the font on the front was a typewriter font. I will put the name of all 3 fonts on screen so you guys can know exactly what I did. I will say with one of the fonts, it's a 2-layer font. So you could have the initial font and then there's a background font for that to make that font pop.
Yeah, I see them youngest on the corner like a Mickey D's, waiting for the re-up, they been pitching J's. I see them youngest on the corner like a Mickey D's.
I've never been a big fan of the fonts that come stock on your computer, and whenever I'm looking for new fonts, one of the first places I go is DaFont.com. A friend showed me that some years ago. A lot of those fonts are fast and easy to download and they don't cost. And I use those fonts to add to this. So all of the fonts that I used in today's project were not factory stock fonts. I got those from DaFont.com.
Yeah, nigga leader. I said I never been a hoe before. Got white out like it's OVO. My name ain't Travis Scott, but I can take you to the rodeo. The ass go up and down just like yo. I don't sell black and white, cause nigga, this is not a Oreo. I don't sell jiggers, I sell earth. I seen the police.
Yeah, once I placed everything on the shirt, this was the end result.
Don't trust nobody.
I made that video, I started the video so long ago that I completely forgot that I was going to need a shirt reveal. So, yeah, here you guys go. This is how it turned out.